Just need some frogs to put on top of the garden furniture. That'll finish the look. I think we've got Storm Darragh going off this weekend, so I've come out in my waterproofs and I've got the mud claws on for the first time in a long time. Gonna go and hit a little bit of the Spire Ultra route, but it's only a 5k run, so I won't get very far along it. And yeah, just see how muddy it is up there. Right, so as you watch me heading out on this 5k run to more or less wrap up the training week, as I continue to recover from the Achilles / ankle injury I was suffering with. Thankfully that seems to be on the mend now, so we're gradually ramping up the training. Monday was a mobility and core session, so the more consistently I'm doing the exercises here, the easier I'm finding them, and I should be able to keep progressing, making them slightly harder as the weeks go by. Tuesday was a 4km run and some stretching afterwards, so as AI's displaying my plans for me, it's kind of telling me which stretches to do and just making sure I actually do some, which I wouldn't have been doing otherwise, so that's all good. Wednesday was a strength session. It's fairly light, kind of body weight but run specific movements at the moment, so enjoying those and finding them a bit of a different stimulus to the barbell strength training I had been doing previously. Thursday was a Zwift session. As I'm paying for Zwift, I do like to get in at least one session a week on that. £18 a month isn't to be sniffed at. Friday was more mobility and core, the same as Monday. And here I am on the 5km run on the Saturday. Right, finally joined up with the Spire route at 1.8 kilometers. So I'll get less than a kilometer on the way out and then I'll turn for home again. Heart rate's quite high, in the 170s, even though I've been taking it fairly easy. Just not used to this running, I guess. As I record this, I've wrapped up the week with a Sunday walk, which was supposed to be 30 minutes. I did just over 40. But yeah, I just like to do the complete route around the local nature reserve, so got that done even though it was raining and blowing, just like you see on the run here. So then I asked AI for the next week of training, and it ramped things up not quite as much as I was expecting. If you look at my Strava graph for recent weeks, we've gone from the 3 kilometers in the first week of running up to 7 the next week, and then 9 this week. It suggested next week 2 runs of 4.5 and 5.5, so it had increased each run by 500 meters. So I suggested we might want to increase things a little bit faster than that. The ankle's feeling good, not having any trouble, so let's see what we can do without going berserk. So this is what we've got now. Thankfully we've got a little bit more mileage planned for the week ahead. Hopefully I can cope with that. Some of it's optional, which makes sense. See how I'm feeling at the time and decide whether to perhaps do a Zwift session instead of one run, and optionally do the recovery run on the Sunday. So seems like a sensible plan, while ramping things up a little bit more than 1 kilometer over the course of the week, which I thought was a little bit tame. But of course you've got to tell AI your situation and how you're feeling, or it doesn't have the basis to make the decisions for you. So thankfully everything's looking good, still recovering well, and looking forward to getting through this next week of training and moving on from there. Hope you've all had a good week of training, guys, and I'll catch you soon.